My name is Danielle Harless, and I'm here for the interview to be a teacher at this school. Okay, the first question is, tell us about one or two laws that have had an impact on special education. Explain the positive or negative implications that the laws have had on special education. Okay. So in 1973, there was the Rehabilitation Act, which passed FAPE, which is Free Appropriate Public Education, which pretty much just helped with discrimination and making it easy for students that have disabilities to not be discriminated against, and allowed them, even in post-secondary schools, to have access to an education. Elementary, middle school, and high school is free for people with disabilities or special education. And then later in 1975, the Education for All Handicapped Children Act was passed, which allowed equal access for all students with disabilities or special education to have education, no matter what. Okay. And the second question, as an important member of the IEP team, tell us what your role and responsibilities are during IEP meetings. Okay, so as a general education teacher, you work with the special education teacher, but as most time, the special education teachers are the team coordinators in the IEP meetings because they work with the student more one-on-one. So as the special education teacher or the general education teacher, depending on that child's needs and what is going on with that specific child, you usually have annual meetings to discuss the updates or any revisements that need to be made to the child's IEP plan, share info along with the parents and the principals or anyone that is involved in the child in the school. You'll discuss their strengths and their weaknesses and things they need to work on over the next coming year until you meet again. And just basically making sure everyone's on the same page when it comes to the child's education. Okay. And the third one, as you know, students in special education are placed in their least restrictive environment. What does this mean? Okay, so a least restrictive environment for students with special education is basically just saying that they have to be with general education. Depending on the child's needs, they may need an aide, a teacher's aide, or a tutor with them, or they'll go to a certain class throughout the day, but it basically just keeps them with general education so that they're not thrown in a room all day with other special education children not getting the same education. So the least restrictive environment just keeps them with general education students. And then the last question is, what are one or two actions you would take to show your support of children with special needs? So one of the biggest things that I would do is I would make sure to keep the work very simple and not overcomplicate it for them. And I would make sure that my classroom is very organized and has a set structure, that everybody knows where everything is and there's nothing that will surprise them that day, and try to keep, as much as I can, my plans and what I would do very laid out for them so they're used to the structure of my classroom. And I would make sure that I keep a good connection with the students' parents, the ones that need more support, to make sure that everything is going as smoothly as I can for that student. Thank you.